Hey guys, I'm Audra, and welcome to my YouTube channel for all things wellness. If you've noticed, I took a little bit of a break and just took some time to stick with this message that was dropping in on me to just be the student. And during that time, I found myself integrating things that I have learned, had been learning, and just took some time to just recalibrate and come in with a new, fresh perspective of different things and modalities and messages, and just really tuning into what I feel called to share. Because as a guide and as a teacher and educator and a nurse, a lot of things are driven off of a more spiritual calling to just really provide. And yeah, I really like to tap into, my highest self and God, and know what is meant to come through. And so I'm super excited to just be here and have this new class. Today what we're going to do is we're going to go over a guided meditation with some somatic movements. So we'll be going over how to clear off energy, how to clear your nervous system from, past things from the day, wherever you are at in your processing. This is going to fit in just fine. It's just going to be clearing energy, doing some guided meditation, mindset shifts, and just using our conscious effort to clear space through the body. So let's just get started in a seated position. I have my meditation pillow. You can use a bolster, a pillow, sit on your bottom, whichever feels comfortable. And as we arrive, just taking a nice big inhale into your chest. And exhale, sink into this moment a little bit more. Keep breathing at your own pace. And if you'd like, you can go ahead and start some gentle neck rolls, side to side. You can just even stay in the back side of your neck for this time. And when you're ready, go ahead and drop into some full neck rolls. Doing an inhale as you bring your chin up, and exhale as you drop your head. And make sure you're going both ways. We're just opening up the neck and the head space, getting in tune with our breath as we settle into this moment. Keep moving your neck. And as we just arrive here, just finding some stillness, some presence. Might even have a yawn. I always think of yawns as cues of just relaxation, releasing adrenaline, arriving. Yawns are great. So if you're yawning, that is good. Just let yourself have the biggest yawn. And then just maybe adding some gentle sways here, whatever feels right. And this class is good for nighttime. This is good for any time that you just find it and you're like, oh, this sounds good. It's good for any moment. Our goal here is to just move some energy out of our systems, off of our nervous system, off of our minds, and just really clear our space. We'll go ahead and find some stillness as you sit tall, taking a big inhale into your chest, keeping the shoulders up tall, spine is nice and long and tall, and exhale, keeping the posture, let your shoulders drop. Good. Let's add in some arm movement, so swinging the arms to the side and up and over, inhale. Reach and spread out your rib cage and each vertebra. Exhale, hands to heart center. Repeat that 3 times, okay? Inhale, reaching high, opening the rib space, opening the back and each vertebra, giving them space to breathe. And exhale, hands to heart center. We're just creating space in our biggest areas where we carry the tension, in our ribs and our chest and our backs and our shoulders and our necks. And just keep moving through that a little bit more. And really just tuning in with your breath as you move through this. If you're moving a little faster, that's okay. Just finding that inhale, a beautiful big inhale with the arms rising high, and exhale, hands to heart center. Really connecting, using conscious effort with your breath and your body. Teaching the body how to be in tune with you and you in tune with your body. During the day, this is going to help you at any moment where you're just feeling overwhelmed, being triggered, being bothered. You're going to come back to these moments where you can just, one thing at a time, you're going to, grab something very consciously, very efforts driven, and just be. Just connecting those different movements. I'm just making some movements as if you were moving through your day-to-day, picking something up. Even when, if you're at work and you're just really bothered, you can mindfully and conscious effort use something and just be like, focus on what you're grabbing, pick it up, just using the full body to just stay intact with your mind and your body and your breath. We're gonna inhale with the arms up one more time. And this time hands are gonna come forwards, reaching out, and let's open up the side body, looking back, and then closing it. On the opposite side, inhale, open up to the side twist. Exhale, coming back to center. We'll do this a couple more times. Being intentional with our movement, connecting the breath and the body, connecting the breath, body, and mind. Teaching our body, our minds, how to be present in movement, so you can even watch your hands. Very intentional with your movement, watching that hand as you inhale, open, exhale, close. Inhale, reach high, and exhale, hands to heart center. Good. So we're gonna move into a tabletop position. We're just gonna move some of our vertebra, open the spine some. And as we keep talking, it's like a guided meditation with some movement. It's just the somatic practice. So just arriving, moving your spine around, checking out what it feels like. Using looking back at your hip, opening neck space. Just all these gentle movements. They're just so good. As you explore your body and just get a nice stretch and just being here with yourself as we talk through things. Whatever feels good here. Just even moving through some cat-cow flows when you're ready. So you're gonna drop the belly, lift the crown, inhale. And exhale, tuck the tailbone, roll the spine, pushing up through your palms of your hands, through the shoulders. Drop the belly, inhale. Exhale, roll the spine up to the ceiling. Good. And just moving through this a little bit more as it feels good. And what really stemmed a lot of this new shift and new things that I want to bring to you guys here in this space is, I have been back in the hospital for a year now to date. Yesterday, actually, October 14th was my start date. And I have done a lot of nervous system work, and then being back in the hospital, the body keeps score. I know we all have probably heard that. There's a book about it, but it really does. It was like I was moving into a trigger pool of just past trauma and like just remembering what really stressed me out. And from here, we're gonna bring our toes together, widen your knees, push back into child's pose. And so just being back in the hospital really showed me how much we carry, and it was a really good opportunity to teach from that space as well. And just finding your calmness here in child's pose. Just relaxing. And I also just realized how much triggering things can be, and even sounds and alarms and people's attitudes and just the frustrations of people, just people being people, right? And like we even have our moments individually where you're just like, this is the last thing I want to do. This is the last place I want to be. We're going to inhale, bring your hands back to your knees, rolling your spine, opening up the vertebra, and then exhale, come on back down into child's pose. Completely exhale, let it go. And we'll repeat that again as I keep talking. Inhale, coming up. So yeah, there's even times where like it's really hard for you to even show up, and you as in me and you, and you have to just kind of like put on your best self, and that's also really hard too sometimes, but it's part of it. And you might be at 40% that day, and that's okay. But doing these practices, clearing the energy from your field, getting in tune with your nervous system, you can show up better and easier. And just allowing yourself to have those 30 and 40% days, and just knowing that's what you are that day. And not responding and not reacting to others. And taking the time that you need and moving a little bit slower if necessary. Good. Inhale, come up one more time. And exhale, drop in. So from here, we're going to round up and come on down to our bellies. Untucking the toes. Good. Just moving the knees a little bit here. You can even bring your hands like this. We're just going to move our knees. Good. And finding stillness with your legs. Hands come underneath your shoulders. We're going to inhale and push up into a baby cobra. Or you can go into upward facing dog. And then as you exhale, letting the belly gently roll from bottom all the way to the top to your shoulders. And release. Letting the legs fully relax. The muscles are melting into your mat. We're going to inhale, push on back up. And if it feels comfortable, you can try to relax your glutes, relax your thigh muscles, letting the palms of your hands hold you upright. If it feels good on your lower back, you can release the belly, getting a little bit more of an arch in your back and stretching that posture. And then as you exhale, roll the belly gently down. Finding complete stillness here again. One more time, pushing up into upward facing dog or baby cobra. Relaxing the glutes. being conscious of where you are tight and finding stability in just your skeletal frame holding you up, and releasing muscles. So you'll find in your hands, in the base and the palms of your hand is where your pressure should be. Taking a big inhale into your chest, and exhale, roll on down and release. Sending those arms out back to your side as we find some relaxation here, letting the arm muscles completely relax. The more you practice this, you can really be in tune with what muscles are engaged, using your conscious effort and your mind to relax those muscles. You're like, oh, my right forearm is really tight. I'm gonna take some breaths and see them filling up my forearm, and with the exhale, I'm gonna clear that space and relax it a little bit more. Using the breath to disengage the body. Using the mind to be aware of what's going on in the body. Everything is a signal. I think a lot of times it's easy to feel a sensation in the body, and the brain's like, what is that? What is going on? It's just kind of like almost like a misinterpretation at times. And we can just be curious about it. Don't put a safety net around the feeling. Good. All right. Moving the hands back underneath your shoulders, tucking your toes. We're going to push up into a high plank and round the spine up and back into downward facing dog. Just going to pedal out the backs of our legs. Taking some gentle movement here. You can even keep your chest aimed back towards your thighs. And you can even do like an inhale, bringing your heels up, and exhale, pushing them down. Where you can get a stretch in your toes, widening those feet. And then even just one by one, just working on opening the backs of your calves, the backs of your legs. Whatever feels good. When that's complete, we're going to just walk to the tops of our mats. Nice and gently, keeping the knees bent. Exhale, forward fold. Letting your chest meet your thighs. Let the arms dangle flat. And let the head gently hang. Disengaging all the muscles in your back. Allowing your chest to rest on your thighs. And just opening up your back space, all this area here. Just opening it up with gravity. Opening that space. Gently closing your eyes if that feels good. Let the jaw drop to the mat. Let the facial muscles be loose. Good. And from here, we're just going to go ahead and take a seat. Nice. Extending the legs. And we'll make our way to our backs. We're just going to end this session with a nice little body scan, an energetic cleanse, using the tools that we talked about earlier with conscious effort, mindful breath work, listening where the body is tight, and also giving that area permission to relax, to disengage. So finding stillness here on your back. Because the thing about emotions and reactions and responses and, just the world we live in that can be so challenging, because you have to go to work, you have to go to these places, you don't have to spend all your time with people, but it's unavoidable, really, and like you want to be able to show up when you need to, and if you're showing up in your full awareness of where you're at, what you can give, and then also it's so important to go and cleanse yourself of all the emotions and the energetics that you meet out in public and in the workplace. It's important to clear your energy, clear your nervous system of those things, because they do get to be trapped, stored emotions. Because we're all human, and it is frustrating when people do things, and and on those days where you're 30 or 40%, like unfortunately you're thinned out, and it's easier to just be attached to different emotions. So with your next inhale, we're going to inhale into your chest. Let the chest rise and become big. Inhale until you can't anymore, and when you can't, sip in 2 more times, just and hold it for 3, 2, 1, release. Completely empty out your air. Again, fill up the chest with your next big inhale. And when you get to the top where you think you can't anymore, take 2 more sips of air and hold for 3, 2, 1. Exhale gently. Empty out the air. Good. So on this next inhale, you can either use your hands if you'd like, or just visualize. We're going to inhale into the tops of your shoulders. Fill up the shoulder space. And as you exhale, you can take one hand to the top of your shoulder and exhale and send it down your arm. Good. Opposite side, big inhale into both of your shoulders. And on your exhale, running your hand from your shoulder all the way down to your fingertips, pushing out the energy that is stored in your arms. Good. And we'll repeat this, both sides. Inhale, fill up your shoulders. Cleanse the shoulder space. And as you exhale, sending that air and all the energy down your arms, out your fingertips. Good. Opposite side, inhale both shoulders. Visualizing that air covering both joints, both areas, just swirling around, cleaning, cleaning, cleaning. And as you exhale, hand runs down your arm. Good. Get rid of the energy. Good. You can keep repeating that if you like it, and you can use that anytime. So we're gonna again inhale in both shoulders. And this time just visualizing the air going down both arms. Just blow it away. Out the fingertips it goes. Good. Finding your head heavy on the mat. Gently opening your mouth. Letting your jaw relax. Letting your eyes soften. Maybe feeling some of your chest relaxing more. The heart is feeling good. The heart is saying thank you. On your next inhale, putting your hands on your belly if you'd like. I like to create a triangle here on my abdomen. Inhale and fill up your belly with air. And as you fill it and you feel like you can't anymore, taking 2 more sips and holding it for 3, 2, 1, release. Really clearing out our abdominal cavity, the peritoneum, making space for those vital organs that are living in there. You've got your intestines, you've got your kidneys, you've got your liver, you have your spleen, you have your sexual reproductive organs. They all need space to, be and not connect to each other all the time. So inhale again into your belly. Opening up the space in the peritoneum. And as you reach your max inhale, take 2 more sips and hold for 3, 2, 1, release. You might even feel your stomach starting to growl. You might feel your intestines moving around good. That is good. That is what we want. We want space in our bellies. You can give yourself a gentle tummy massage if you'd like. And again, inhale into the belly. And if this is hurting your back, you can always bring your feet behind your knees if you want your back a little bit more on the ground while we're belly breathing. So inhale, fill the belly. Fill it until you can't. And hold for 3, 2, 1. Exhale. Good. Do that a couple more times. Inhale into the belly. Inhale until you can't anymore and take 2 extra sips of air. And exhale, release. Good. This time we're going to bring our feet into a butterfly position, opening the hips. We're going to take some deep breaths into our hip space here. Inhale, filling up your hip space. And exhale, release. Good. Inhale, fill up your hip space. And exhale, release. And with this hip space, you can even breathe into your pelvic floor, all your reproductive organs, the bottom of your pelvic. So inhale into that entire space. And exhale. Finding complete relaxation at the bottom of your exhale. Inhale, draw in your air into your pelvic floor, into your hip space. Connecting the mind to this area of your body. Creating awareness. And exhale, release. Checking in with how you're feeling down there. Being in tune and connected to your body. Let's do one more big inhale into your hip space. Inhale, drawing air into the pelvic floor. Awakening your space. And exhale, release. Good. Closing your butterfly. If your knees are up, you can gently drop in them side to side. Just doing some gentle back opening movements here. Nice. And when that's complete, just extending your legs long. Point your toes, roll out your ankles. Lifting the hands above your head and reaching. Good. Taking another big inhale, opening up your rib cage. A nice big morning stretch. Good, and bringing the hands down to your sides. We'll find stillness in our Shavasana. Letting the feet relax, finding complete stillness and heaviness here. As we close this practice today, we've taken in fresh air into our shoulders, into our backs. We've cleared space in our shoulders. We've cleared space in our bellies. And we've also cleared space in our hips. These are very important areas that get stored emotions. And stored emotions will eventually come through your physical body as well. Finding these moments of relaxation, finding these moments of guided awareness, conscious effort, connecting your body and your mind, connecting your breath with your mind and your body are powerful tools of nervous system regulation. Creating awareness through guided meditations. That you in fact are not alone in your day-to-days. It is okay to give 30 and 40% some days. Every encounter with other people and their emotions, it can easily be stuck to you. So doing practices like this to clear your energy field, to clear their emotions, to clear their reactions, so that you may start again, that you can ground into who you are. ready, just taking a nice little lick of the lips, rubbing your lips together. Maybe even a nice yawn. And as we leave our time here on this mat or wherever you're sitting or being, giving yourself permission on a day-to-day of how you're able to show up, to channeling your highest self and trusting in that version of you, trusting in the foundations that you have laid, trusting in your purpose. Wiggle your toes, moving your fingers. On your next inhale, reaching your hands above your head. Point your toes, stretch a little bit more. Open up that rib cage. Let the stomach open. And exhale, knees to your chest. Give yourself a little rock. Good. And then just gently coming to a seated position. As we close our time here together, I hope you enjoyed that blend of a guided meditation, somatic movement, energetic release. It makes a world of difference as you integrate this into your life. Doing this a couple times a week can really help the nervous system just recalibrate, and teaching it new things. I guarantee you on your day-to-day, like as you're reaching for things, as you're bothered, as you're doing certain tiny tasks or whatever it may be, you will see benefits of doing these practices. So thank you so much for showing up, and thank you for letting me guide you. So as we close this, hands open to our sides, and whatever shifts spoke to you in your own way, whatever the message was, or maybe just a tool or something I said that really resonated, think about that. And we're going to inhale that, and we're going to put that into our nervous systems, into our embodiment. So we're going to inhale what resonated, what was meaningful, something new, a perspective. And exhale, bring it in. Okay. Thank you so much, and hope to see you next time. Leave a comment, subscribe, share, and I hope you enjoyed. Namaste.